Hi and welcome back. In this video we'll be looking at a job description for a data-driven reporting analyst. The reason this one caught my eyes is because I've never actually seen this title before, and it looks like it looks like a little bit of a different take on a data analyst. So yeah, let's have a look. So this week job was posted 3 weeks ago. It had 166 applicants, which seems like quite a lot, but not that much, I suppose. And it's no longer accepting applications. So I guess they maybe closed it, so they had enough good matches. So the company is Rabobank, which here in the Netherlands is one of the largest banks around. Alright, so let's have a look. Imagine we could turn data into reliable non-financial reports. Okay, so that immediately tells me you don't probably need a financial background to do this. For regulators and create valuable insights for internal stakeholders. Okay, interesting. So maybe it's looking at things like ratio of loans given or some sort of aspect, of the financial profile, I guess, of clients who are getting loans or who are looking at different things about accounts. I mean, there's obviously regulatory requirements that Rabobank is required to report against. Okay, with the blink of an eye. Alright, so they want speed. You can make a difference as data-driven reporting analyst in the reporting teams of the Rabobank. Okay, a reporting team, so there must be quite a few. Making an impact. You gather and validate data from various resources. You research and resolve inconsistencies and errors as part of your main responsibilities. Yeah, sounds like a regular sort of data analyst function. You are focused on process improvements and gaining efficiency in the reporting process. Okay, so which process would that be? I guess the process of gathering and validating the data. Maybe also how it's collected. Not sure. So it could be quite valuable experience. Just more broadly for data science as a whole. You build and maintain trusted relationships with your stakeholders and take part in different projects. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so at first it sounded like just a very sort of reporting based compliance type of thing, but it's interesting that you've got to maintain trusted relationships to do that. So that's interesting. Or maybe it means you need to be able to work with different stakeholders to get the data. You take a proactive role to identify data quality issues and cooperate in structure to resolve these issues. Okay, really good. You have the capacity to resolve complex issues by bringing people, data, regulations, and internal policies together. All right. So yeah, resolve complex issues. So I wonder if that means they've just got some odd data anomalies always that need to be sorted out. Your compass stays true by making use of regulatory and internal guidelines of the Rabobank. Okay, so I wonder if that's some sort of hint at not being pressured to fudge numbers. Okay, with each other. Collaboration is our way of working. Our teams join forces to deliver non-financial information. It's all part of the external and inter-reporting of the Rabobank. Okay, so again, it's just talking about collaboration. I guess I didn't really need to do that. Nadia Sivathian, reporting analyst. So a quote from someone working there. That's really nice touch. It's a perfect combination of my past fascination with Sherlock Holmes. Okay, and my current interest in the intriguing world of structured data and regulatory capital. Right, the last sounds very nerdy, but the nicest first bit is conjures up a nice image. This is a case you're going to be like a data detective. So yeah, that's interesting. So that's the part where it gets complex. Okay, it's intriguing. It's a Okay, so it's about you. Customer focus, communication skills, personal development, and results oriented are clearly essential for the role of media. Okay, so that's again, I'm not too sure if they use this elsewhere, but in Dutch it's like a intermediate level. So you're not junior and you're not senior either. It's important that you recognize everything in the checklist. So let's see, a master's degree with a minimum of 2 to 4 years experience. Okay, so they could be someone a little bit not just junior, but could be a step up. I mean, it's great if you just had 2 years of working experience and you get into this media role. Affinity with data and IT. Okay, so yeah, it's trying to understand a little, or at least understand a little bit of what's going on with the IT systems that are generating the data. Excellent communicative skills in Dutch as well as English. I mean, that's quite often, it's an often needed skill here in the Netherlands, especially with very large organizations like banks and often the public sector. Analytical, well, of course, complex problem solving. It's interesting, this often comes up, problem solving skills, and there's requirements for problem solving. You often hear about this from these videos on YouTube telling you need complex problem solving, but what that actually means and how you measure it and all of that, I'm not exactly sure. Stakeholder management, affinity with regulations. So yeah, you got to really be able to nerd out on the exact reporting standards. Vigorous change. Not sure what that means. Okay, that's an odd one. I think these probably should start having requirements where it's a little bit easier to hopefully the recruiter has an idea of how someone could demonstrate these things. Growing a better world together, you'll already be aware that Rabobank, I'm not going to go too much into that's thanks to agreement for food programs. Okay, so here they're just talking about the projects that they'll be working on. So I'm not going to go too much into that. Are you interested? We'll help you achieve this by focusing on your growth, development, and investing in environments we keep learning every day. Okay, that sounds really good. I'll definitely ask a little bit more about how that will actually look in practice. We provide you space to innovate and initiate. That's interesting. Okay, so in this way, we offer you numerous opportunities to grow and help you exceed your expectations to do the right thing exceptionally well and grow as a professional. Okay, they mentioned grow so many times. That's interesting. So let's see. Okay, the salary might not mean much to you if you're not here, but it's really not a bad salary if you've got sort of only the 2 to 4 years experience. It's really not bad. All these other additional things are pretty much standard. Again, this is nice. A personal budget you can spend on activities related to your personal development career. Okay, so I definitely ask them specifically about that. Are you this is what you're looking for? You challenge yourself. Good to know. Okay, they have multiple outstanding positions. Okay, Everyone is different. Okay, well, hold on. That last one's nice. Everyone is different, and it is exactly those differences that help us become an even better bank. That's why I want to know who you really are. Okay, actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was thinking that coming from a large bank, it was going to be a lot, and it's got to do also with like regulatory reporting. This whole job would have been a lot more sort of generic and dry. But I think they've actually put a little bit of thought into their team here and who's doing what. I mean, it's still a little bit vague, some of these things. But it sounds like it's also got to do with this very interesting program of working with smallholder farmers. Decent salary, I mean, really not bad. Really not bad. And yeah, it sounds kind of genuine, like, let's say a sincere effort, at least in developing your skills as well. So yeah, this is actually, I'm pleasantly surprised with this one. Well done to Rabobank.